You are now watching a Lucky Penny Shop product feature.
Hey, it's Lucky Penny Shop. Thanks for stopping by today. I truly appreciate it. For me, it has been a mission, a long mission. Imagine 9 years looking for this oven, the Kenner's new super easy bake oven in the box. Now, I've made videos with the oven itself, but never was able to really show you how it looked way back when, and I will give you all the year and information as I go around the box and check it out. Bakes and warms with 2 ordinary electric light bulbs. This was number 9200, and it came with the Betty Crocker mixes in the box. Now that's the only thing I don't have is the mixes, but the rest of it is all original and complete. There was even free 55 Betty Crocker coupons inside. Now not all of those are there, so someone was able to utilize the coupon. So let me show you a little bit closer in on the bottom of the box. All right, so it says working 15-minute timer. I'm starting from left to right, of course. Warmer oven doubles the fun. Working temperature control for the warming oven. Black Maggie glass or Maggi glass viewing windows. That's a special glass, I guess. Realistic looking fold-away range top. Storage compartment for mixes, cookbook, and accessories. And then it says bake super cakes with recipes included. So let me just slowly go up the box so you get a better look at closer in detail. Now I have mixes that look like these are in the boxes. They're actually the easy bake mixes, but not the ones that are the white box. Now I don't know if that's originally what came in the oven. Sometimes the artwork doesn't always match what you get on the inside. So moving up, and then I can bring you right up to the top there. Pretty cool. All right, let me see. Let me show you the other side. It should be the same, but we'll check it out. All right, so as you see, the other side of the box is pretty much exactly the same. Now let me just bring the camera in here and turn this thing around. This is big. Here's my hand. It's got to be at least 2 feet tall or more. All right, let's see if I can get this all in the camera so you can get the full perspective of how giant this box is. Like I said, I have been trying to find this forever, and now that I finally have it, pretty exciting for me. All right, so let's see. Real timer and other controls like Mom's. Bakes and warms with 2 ordinary electric light bulbs. Safety features built in. Contains 4 slide-through baking pans, mixing bowl, spatula, Betty Crocker cookbook, and 8 Betty Crocker mixes, which I don't have. So it came with Devil's Food Cake mixes, 2 white cake mixes, 2 white frosting mixes, 2 chocolate fudge frosting mixes, and then the Betty Crocker cookbook. Now I can show you a box. This is kind of what the boxes look like. I'll set that there, and then you can look. And that's from a different year, I believe. Now let's see. Let me just see what the other side of the box looks like. I always like to show you as much as possible. Okay, so that's a complete. Well, that's a repeat. Now the tip top of the box is different. It says right there, it's fun. Kenner, it's Kenner, it's fun. And then it tells you what's in there and then gives you like a drawing of what's in there. Safety features built in. And then I'll just look at the bottom, but I don't think there's anything of noteworthy down there. Nope, all right. It's very, very safe in there, packed well, so let's get it out of the box. Okay, so you're probably saying to yourself, who in their right mind would wait 9 years to find an oven? Well, that would be me. To complete the collection, this is probably the last easy bake oven I need and will ever get in my collection. All right, so there's the box. That's where it holds everything in. There's this super easy bake oven booklet. And now the oven. And it's a big oven, so it did require a big box. Now, we have seen this oven before, and I've shown it to you in detail, but now you're actually seeing what it looks like in the original box. And it's very clean and original. My other ovens have little issues, so I've always been looking to... Oh, wait a minute, there's a little screw in the bottom. Must figure that out. There's a couple of the coupons that originally came with it. Okay, no one mentioned that I had a screw. I had a loose screw. Okay, so does this screw go to this oven? It kind of looks like one of the screws that would normally go on the back of the oven. All right, I have it out of the box. do a quick camera change here. Let's take a closer look at the oven and all the accessories. Here we go. This is the oven. This is the warmer control. Now, exactly what that does inside the oven, I don't think I ever figured that out. Here's the timer. So I'll set it for a minimum of 4 minutes. And then we'll see how long after I edit the video. All right, so then this right side opens. All right, that is the warmer section. And then down here is the storage. These on all the ovens I have, these don't work too well. All right, so that's basically what opens, and then there's this little section here, which is the, the fake little stovetop area. And then the booklet that came with it, let's see, Real Oven Controls Like Mom. And then it shows you, because the trays are all in this box. Now this screw, I did look, is supposed to go right here. How, maybe in shipping it wiggled its way out. Well, I'll tell you what, before I show you the rest, let's get the back off. Let's see what bulbs are in here. It says use 100 watt bulb. Now imagine 2 100 watt bulbs. That's pretty serious as far as heat. Okay, that timer seems to be stopping and going. Let me get another light a little closer in here so I have some better light. There we go. Ooh, that's bright. This one's loose too. There's a important on the back. It's important. Use these baking times. Okay, so that's cool. I don't remember seeing that on my other ovens. Use these baking times when baking with this oven. Betty Crocker mixes. All right. Well, let's check this out. We need to get into the back here. I have not plugged it in, tested it. One more screw. This is the one that maybe doesn't grab. It's not really grabbing onto anything, so that's why. Okay, so we have 2 100 watt Grants. Those look pretty old. I don't know. I've never really seen a Grants light bulb. That's the inside chamber. So what's happening? How does this work? And then there's a slider tray on the left of this. So you're putting the trays in. Let me just, well, I'll tell you what. Let's test the bulbs. I'm so excited I don't know what to do. Okay, watch your eyes here. I'm going to plug this in. Get ready. Put on your glasses. That timer doesn't sound too good. It's like stopping and going. Ooh, look at that. And that's going to put off some real heat. Ooh, is that bright. It's so bright my camera can't handle it. All right, unplug. Okay, that's better. That timer. Okay. Okay, so I want to show you what happens on this oven, because it's different than other Easy Bake ovens. I don't know if you know other Easy Bake ovens have the, whatchamacallits, the pan pushers. This oven does not. This oven uses the pans, and you have to push them through one at a time. There we go. Was that 4 minutes? Anybody keeping track? All right, so this is all the original stuff that came with this oven. Pretty exciting to actually get to show it to you. All right, so here we go. Now, these were in here, but these don't actually go to this oven. So those will end up in my little collection of stuff. And these little trays, I don't believe, go to this oven. They're not part of the parts list that I remember. 4 slide-through pans, spatula, mixing bowl, Betty Crocker cookbook, Betty Crocker mixes. Okay, that's the original bowl that came with this oven. And then there's these 4, they're large pans, much larger than a regular Easy Bake. Okay, and then this spatula. Now, I've seen this spatula before. Did not realize this was the spatula that came with it. Now, look at these pans. They're different sizes, so that's the larger one. This is what a normal Easy Bake pan looks like. All right, so what does this oven do that's different than most ovens? Let me show you. All right, so I brought some pans in. You're all familiar with this pan. This is the earliest of the pans. And then this oven was special with the pans because they're much bigger in regards to design and shape. Now, the overall pan itself, like all of these fit within each other. So basically, they're about the same size. So how did this work? Well, there's a system on the inside. You put the pan in, didn't matter which way, and then it would slide in, and then the next pan would push that pan in. So it'd go from the bake section to the warming section, and then it's supposed to sit on this little tray area and pull out with it like it did. And when that cools down, you would take that, push that in, and continue with the baking. Non-stop. Now once you're done and you're not doing any more pans, you just put blank pans in and keep pushing. Ooh, that one's actually in the wrong spot. It should not be over that lip like that. I might have to make an adjustment to that. Make sure that doesn't happen again. Like that. Okay, so that is the process. And then down here, of course, there's a bulb down there and a bulb up top, which I need to put back in because you know what's next, right? Is the baking. We have to bake. Now, I do have some older mixes, but I was thinking I would do a mix that I have never done before. And not do one of the older mixes. Let me see, maybe there's a date on these mixes. No date. It is Kenner, so no dates. Oh, 1987. So that's much newer, I guess, than this oven. Ooh, drop the screw. Okay, so we're ready to go. The only thing I haven't checked out is the booklet in detail. Kind of go through all of the pages. I might do that next, and then we'll get to the mix. So I'm going to use a newer mix, but one that I have never done before. Okay, last screw, and we are ready to go. Okay, that one didn't lock in either, but that's okay. Well, let's get that other tray up. I don't want to be baking with that. Okay. I think that's it. One more tray here. And you know, worst case scenario, if you had to, you can just tilt it, and then that tray comes out. All right, enough looking at the back of the oven. Let me go get the mix that I'm going to do. Well, I'll tell you what, let's just, while I'm here, I can just bring you right into this booklet, and you can get a first-hand look at a 1970 Betty Crocker cookbook for this oven. Okay, I showed you this page. Here, I'll just kind of hold it up. It'll just be easier to give you a closer look. You can always do some kind of screenshot and then zoom in. That goes over all the details, warming oven, important instructions. And then here's the recipes. Now, I'm not going to do these. Betty Crocker cake mixes, so you have to have the mixes to do these. These are the ones that came with the oven. The cookies, the drop cookies. To bake Betty Crocker mixes in Mom's oven. Tells you what to do. A couple more pages. Now, to bake Kenner's Easy Bake mixes and sets in your Super Easy Bake Oven, many different sets available. See back page. Drop cookies. It says add 2 tablespoons water, mix and drop small amounts of dough into greased pan. So you would have to have these mixes. Now these are recipes to make. So these you could actually do. It says like the snow mounds. 4 teaspoons shortening or soft butter, 3 teaspoons confectionery sugar, and then vanilla, flour, dash of salt, 1 teaspoon of milk. I really do want to get to all of the recipes they had available. All right, now let's get to the mix that I'm actually going to do for you today. Okay, now I brought 3 sets out because these 2 are the same. This one's a little bit different, but they all have this heart-shaped cutter. So I can make either one of these 2. I haven't decided yet. They're pretty much the same. I just wanted to check out the cutters over the years. Like this set is from 1998. This set is from 1998, 2001. All right, and then this set says 2004. So this is the oldest set. Now this set was not really complete. I'll just show you what's in it. I actually don't know what this is. Kenner Easy Bake Mixes instructions. Normally they're color like this. This looks like, okay, so this instruction booklet probably went with the oven this person was using at the time. Chocolate chip cookies and butterscotch chip cookies. And then, oh, there's another booklet in here. Oh, I've seen this one. We've seen this one before. This is the Hasbro. It looks like a packet of coupons. A little bit different than the coupons I had in this one. This was the kind of coupon in this. Good toward Oneida Community Stainless and Silver Plate Flatware, worth 55 coupons. K920. What was the other coupon? Where did that go? Oh, I think I moved it to the other side. No big deal. Oh, there it is. Let me grab it. I think it's the same thing. Yes, same thing. But I didn't show you the back. Look at all the different things you can get with this coupon. All right, so that's what was in this one. Now what I probably should do is this one. So this one I'm not going to do because it doesn't have the mixes, but it's the same as this set and close in year. Well, let's get this one out of the package. Oh man, I didn't even prepare. There's my tool. So it says cookie refill set. It's the Baker's 4-pack with a heart-shaped cutter to create pretty cookie designs. I'm gonna make at least 2, right? And then it looks like there's little giblets. I don't know if those are in here. Are they the little? I know it's not giblets, but it was funny. I'm not making giblets. Ooh, nice. This is sealed in a pack, and each of the packs is sealed. There's my giblet pack. Okay. There's my cutter. I did want to see and check if they've changed the cutter, and they did not. And it looks like the same one. When I do that package, I'll have to bring these back out. I don't want to open it now. I want to open it when I do that video. Even though it's the same kind of cookie, it's a different bag design and everything. Okay, easy bake mixes. So here's everything I need to do. All right, sugar cookies and chocolate cookies, and you've got double chocolate chip cookies and butterscotch flavored chips. Let's get these open. Everything just seems so nice. I'm not going to have any issues with these. Oh, there's tape on it. Double chocolate chip cookie mix. Butterscotch chip cookie mix. Chocolate cookie mix. And then sugar cookie mix. So there's 4 cookie mixes. The little things on the top, I think, are the little doughs. Like if you take the chocolate and unless they're showing little chocolate morsels, but maybe that's inside the actual dough. So I don't know. We'll find out. All right, big mess here. Let me reorganize, come back, and then we'll start this. Start one of these 4. And then we'll go from there. Okay, I am back. Everything's ready to go. Okay, so for this, I'm going to use the 2 smaller pans. I probably can use the bigger pans. It actually might be easier, but I want to use the size that you would have used with cookies. Because basically you have to build it inside the pan. So we will do our best. Okay, I have water, 2 mixing bowls, 2 mixing spoons, and 1 set of measuring spoons. Cold water, it's actually recommended. Okay, make 2 large cookies. Preheat easy bake oven for 15 minutes. Grease 2 baking pans with margarine or spray pans with non-stick cooking spray. Let's do it. Check, check, check. Okay, check. Yes, it looked like a lot, but I wanted to make sure I covered the bottom. Okay, pour contents of sugar cookie into bowl. Add a half a teaspoon of cold water and stir with the spoon until mixed. I'm really hoping we get a nice, pleasant, edible smell. It's close. We've got some stuck up there. Okay. Got that all out of there. And then a half a teaspoon of cold water. Okay, and then mix that. It's not much, but remember, this is like a sugar cookie, so it's going to need to have some shape and form so that I can shape this correctly. I'm trying to break up those initial lumps. I should have done that before I put the water in, but you know, it's going to be a lumpy dough ball, so that's what it looks like. If necessary, add droplets of water to achieve smooth consistency using another bowl. Repeat the steps for the chocolate cookie mix. I think I've got that all nicely mixed. Okay. All right, let's mix the chocolate cookie mix. Basically the same process. Let's see. Much better. Besides that little piece of extraneous fuzz, wherever that came from. Okay, so I did say 2 spoons and 2 bowls. So the one on the left, that's the bowl that came with the set. So I figured I got to get that one in there, and I brought one of my orange ones out so I don't mix them up. I want to try to restore this back. All right, easy bake, okay. Repeat step 1. Use 1 teaspoon of water. All right. It says add half a teaspoon here, and then said using another bowl, repeat steps 1 for chocolate mix. Use 1 teaspoon of water. All right. Well, I'm glad I caught that. I hope that's right. Trickery there, huh? I have noticed in the past, though, some mixes, like the chocolate, is definitely different than the sugar. Taking a little longer. Ooh, I dropped some. Let's try to save what we can. Okay. I can use that because this is all stuck on here and I need that moisture. What do you think? Doesn't look like it needs a little more in there. That's better. Okay, I think I can press that into a shape. Okay. Good. All right, let me wipe this down, come back, let's get started. It says place the heart-shaped cutter into baking pan. Okay, now I'm wondering if one of the original Easy Bake pans, hold on a second, if it just fit different on these pans. Yeah, see, it clips on, so that might make a difference here. But we'll try it anyway. Now, 3/4 of this. So I need just enough now to fill the heart at the end for the second cookie. So if I just leave, let's say, what's on here. Move it over a little bit so you can see what I'm doing here. So let's say that's enough to fill the heart. Okay? Then the rest of this gets pushed around the cookie cutter. Let me just get it in the pan. But I have to work on trying to center it. That's where it locks into that other pan. Get it all around where I can. We'll get it to work. Okay. Then I will carefully hold it here. Now take some of this, move it to the other side. Now I could see why having the correct pan for this particular mix would have been crucial, but we're going for it. Now to make it somewhat round, you almost need a skinnier tool. Oh, we'll use the handle here to kind of it's close. Okay. Now some of this delicious chocolate in the center. Ooh, I got some of that in there. Let's see if we can get this out. All right. There's a lot more, it looks like, of the chocolatey goodness for the center. Okay, then it said, let's see, so place heart-shaped cookie cutter in the baking pan, press 3/4 of the sugar batter into pan. Around the outside, press 1/4 of chocolate batter inside. Heart shape of cutter, remove cutter from pan and gently press dough together. Okay, so this might make it easier now. Ooh. So now we need to kind of make my shape. You would think it'd just be easier to roll this out, make a nice cookie, cut it, right? And then just carefully put it in the pan. That's what I would do. But we're going to follow the directions, which is what I always do. The best I can. I've made mistakes before in videos. And believe me, I hear about it. But that's okay. Okay, so now this needs to go on the outside, but I'm going to at least lump it and shape it into a ball. And then roll it out. Thinner than that. Ooh, there we go. It's not easy doing inside the pan. How would you do it? Would you do it their way or my way? Like roll it out and then cut it and then lift it and put it in the pan? Okay, now the rest of this. Okay, we're ready. We're going to the oven. It's been heating up for at least 15 minutes. It's taking me a lot longer than I was anticipating. See, doesn't it seem like there's just much more chocolate than the vanilla? It leaves a pretty substantial gap. I'm sure you're all saying, there's a much better way, an easier way. And I'm saying, I agree with you. Okay, so there's my two luscious looking cookies. Well, this one doesn't look as luscious. Trying to make it a little rounder. All right, enough playing. Let's get baking. All right, head over to the oven. So you're probably saying to yourself, how hot does this oven get? Well, I was able to get two different temperatures, 234, 255, 206, 244. Let's see on the front. 90 on the front. Okay, so safe to handle. All right, cookie number one. Let's make sure this goes in the right way. Okay, so now it's in the baking section. All right, so 15 minutes. I will use their timer, but I'm going to set my own. Off to the side. Okay. It's hard to see in there. It's in there, but you can see it. Let's set it, well, let's see what happens. I was looking at my cookie, and I found if I take my spatula, oh, it's got 8 minutes left, and go around, I was able to round it really nice. So I will do that for the next group of cookies. See how nice that looks? All right, that one actually looks bigger than the other one. And I was looking ahead at the mixes for the next step, and one is okay, it's, oh, the butterscotch cookies are 1/4 teaspoon of water. So interesting how all of them have little variants except for the two. So other than that, I'll be back. I have, well, let me see. This timer says 6 minutes, and the timer here is showing 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes. So there might be a 2-minute disparity there, but we'll see. All right, I wanted to see what the temperature was in the warming section. Just for reference, 152. And then the temperature in here, let's see if it's any hotter. 233. That's at 153. 187. 198. 204. So it's a little bit different no matter wherever I point it, a little bit different. Cookie looks good. Okay, looking at it through the oven window, it looks like it's done. It's pretty brown on the edges. So, and I have a minute and a half on my phone and 3 minutes on the actual timer. So I do want to let the timer run out, but I think I'm going to push in the next cookie, and so that one is not burning even more than it is already. Something you just don't know till you try it. Well, that one's through. Okay, maybe I can just let that record. Here, I'll set up a little bit, let that record, and we'll do another 15 minutes. Okay, so I can actually slide this one out a little and look, and yes, it is definitely cooked. So glad I pulled it out. I should have pulled it out even sooner. So 15 minutes is too long. Let me get set up. Let me start the next group of mixes so I can get those ready and just cycle through. All right, so I dropped it down. It had, I think, 12 minutes, and then I dropped it down 8 more minutes because I don't want them to be any darker than they are. All right, so this one now, again, different. Actually, I just noticed they are all different measurements. The first one was half a teaspoon, right? The second one was 1 teaspoon. The third one is 3/4 of a teaspoon, and the fourth one is 1/4 teaspoon. What is going on? All right, so it says, grease 2 baking pans, which you got in there. Pour contents of double chocolate chip cookie mix envelope into a mixing bowl. Add 3/4 of a teaspoon of cold water. So those little nuggets on the top are actual chips. So I don't think we're going to make them look like they do on the box or the bag, because I would have to like take chips out and put them on top. That's a good idea. Let's just take a few out now. I'll put them on top. Why not? Okay, that's for the top. Now, what did I say? 3/4 of a teaspoon. Well, I have this 1/4 teaspoon, so we'll do 1, 2, 3. Now back to mixing. And now we have to hear that chattery little timer the whole time I'm here. Adds a certain level of ambiance to the video, huh? I was thinking, well, try a different pan, but no, I'm just going to run with what I have. I've overcome and conquered the shape by using my spatula. That worked really good, so I'm going to use that technique on these. It seems like I'm excessively mixing, but the last two I didn't think there was enough, and then there was enough, so I want to excessively mix. Okay, 5 minutes. Let's just see if this lumps up. This one, no. I'm not liking this one. But I'm going to leave it for now. I can come back and mix a little bit more in there of water. Let's get this one set. Now, can it be 1/4 teaspoon? Okay, use 1/4 teaspoon of water. What are they doing to me? This one seems moister just on its own, and I haven't really added the water yet. And some of you were wondering why I cut the bags like this, because I taped them back up and try to restore the set the way I got it. So I can just run a piece of tape here. If I slice it, then it's hard for me to at least keep the bags looking like that. Okay. I have 4 minutes. Let me get a couple of these little gems out of here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, 1/4 teaspoon. All right, whatever you say. Look at that. That's it? Really? Really? Easy bake? Actually, that seems like the one that worked the best. Hey, don't be shocked when my phone timer goes off. And I reset the other one for 15 minutes. So next cookie, I'm going to do 8 minutes, 8 minutes on both, and then we'll know how accurate it is. Okay, so I need those other pans. I guess I could use the giant pans, but it almost looks like they're going within the confines of the pan. So if I use a larger pan opening, I might lose, it might spread out too much. All right, so these both look really dry. So I'm gonna leave those. I have, let's see, 2 minutes. So I will come back in 2 minutes, and then we will get them both out of the oven and then start the next batch of cookies. Ooh, I see my hand reflecting there. Very shiny. Oh, I put out the little stove top. Now I have a set that would actually fit on that. I grabbed it just to give you a proportion. Here's the set. This set is actually for my little Mistructo set that I use for Lucky Mini Food. Believe it or not. And I can put a pan on here, and you'll see how nice that pan fits. A little frying pan. So you can really pretend. Oh, I have a little teapot that I didn't know about. Here we go. And then I have one more pan. I just saw it. I've never actually shown you this little miniature set. There. Okay, even though I'll move the oven around, they'll all fall off, but at least get, well, we'll check them out. Let's go. Okay, 7 seconds, and you'll hear the timer go off, and I'll hopefully quickly try to stop it. 2 seconds, 1 second, just so you know we're on check here. So I'll be able to pull this one out. It's cooled down. Alright, so that's cookie number 1, and it's taken the full shape of that tray. So now to get that other one out, I gotta push this in, and then take an empty. Push that through. Let's just take a closer look at it. That one actually held its shape a little bit better. Yeah, looks good. All right. Let me let that one cool. Give it a few minutes. I can actually start making the other one because that one's cool, and then I will continue the process. Timer's still going. Okay, let's see if this comes out easy. Of course not. Oh boy. That is like a crispy... I'm glad I took that one out. And you remember all the spray I sprayed in there? It doesn't want to come out. Let me grab a better tool that I can slide underneath there. Okay, let's see. Okay, mental note. Add more. Ooh, the timer finally went off. That's a first. Okay. Crispy cookie number one. It's not actually burnt on the bottom, and actually the bottom looks better than the top. Okay, so that's that. Okay, I gotta do a little cleat up here. I mean, or it just cooled down too much, but I want to let that other one cool just a little bit more. Okay, so let's get this shape, the heart. I actually didn't clean that, but I'm here now, so let's spray this. Yes, you're all probably saying, oh, you put too much. No, I don't think so. Okay, so the first one now was the place heart-shaped cutting pan. Press 3/4 of the double chocolate chip. Let's see if I could form it. If not, I'm going to add more water. I think this one's good. Now let me leave what I think will fill the heart. And then let's see if I can do what I did last time. Lump it up in my hand and make a log out of it. There we go. Ooh, nice. Perfect. Half there, half there. Okay, I'll play with that. That'll go on the inside of the other one. Now where is the spatula? Ooh, the tool of choice. Let me just press, because the spatula really helped. Okay, then I took this, and I was able to just form it really nice around. Oh, you get in there. You get in there. Wipe my fingers. Let me keep my surface clean. And then I did this. Oh, stay there. This has to be one of the more challenging types of cookies I've ever made. All right, now we just need to fill the center. Let's grab this. Let's bring the camera up a little bit. That one seems too powdery. Way too powdery. Let's just put an eighth. I'm putting an eighth more. Yes, I have a 1/8 measuring spoon. That's just mere drops. That's going to be better. Because I know, because it's sticking to my finger really nice. Okay, I have no idea how long this video is going to be. I'm feeling like we're already close to half hour, 45 minutes. Okay, let's see. It's okay. It's not great. You sneak right in there. just a skosh more. Right there. Ooh, sorry. It just seems like a very unpractical way to cut and shape. There. Now let's see if we can. What do you think? Better? Okay, let's see. Maybe I can just grab the other one. Try to get it off the pan. Hopefully it comes off the pan easier. Please, please, please. Oh, yeah. Much better. 8 minutes is the ticket. Ooh, I lost some. Not as cooked as much, but I'm going to leave it. Maybe that's a little bit, remember that was a little bit bigger, so depending on the cookie, I might have to adjust again. How about we just do 9 minutes and call it a day, huh? I still got to put the little crumbs on it. Actually, so I think what I want to do on the bag, did they put, okay, they put chips on the top. I'm going to put the butterscotch chips, actually I'm going to put the chocolate chips right in the middle. Trying to clean them off a little bit more. Make a little heart. Okay. Let's get that one in. Oh, it's getting stuck. Oh, it didn't like that. I think it's stuck on the edge. Try putting the pan this way. There we go. Okay, so 9 minutes on this. Okay, clock, 9 minutes. Clock, clock, clock. 9, start. Set this for 9. We're going to hear some ticking now. Okay. Okay, that one's hot. We'll just leave that one out. We'll come back down here now. It is a lot to keep track of when you're... Okay, so spray the pan. I think I'm running out of spray. Put the shape in. Let's see if we can get this in a ball. I'm still not liking this one. It's very, very dry. I think just because... where's my 1/8? So basically I added an extra quarter to this I mean, I can't even lump it. That's a problem. If you can't lump it, you can't use it. Okay. Good and messy now. It still feels dry, but I'm going to run with it. I'll have to do this in 2 stages. Okay, this is going to be for the outside. All right. Whew. I grab a new paper towel, wipe off my hands. I haven't stopped, that's the thing. A lot of times I'll stop and do some cleanup and extra off-camera prep to simplify things, but for some reason this time I'm just going for it. This is going to be easier when the thing's out, so I'm going to stop there. I'm going to put in my chocolate. I'd rather just do it outside of the cookie cutter. Wow, that is just a beautiful looking cookie. I'm gonna need all this. Okay, now we'll make this work. Well, let's get you at a little better angle, huh? I feel like I need to shave this off just a little here and move all of this to here. There we go. That's what I needed to do. Now reshape, reform. We can rebuild it. Okay, now let's clean these chips off a little bit better. That one disintegrated in my hand. I'm just kind of like trying to break off the extra powder. Okay, I'm due for a good cleanup here. Let's see, timing wise, that timer says 2 minutes and my, ooh, it's real close. This will be a good test. All right, I'll be back. Okay, I'm still cleaning up, but I wanted to kind of get the sense of the timing. I have a minute and a half, so I might as well just, you have me in the background here. I'm way over here cleaning up. Here's all my 4 packets. I've never actually shown you how I fix these, do I? Maybe at the end of this video. So I'm just gonna, I keep this now is the set, and then I have to wash the one piece. And then all of my tools, I put them on a white tray, which you've seen before. Goes on a tray like this, and then that goes to the sink, so it all stays together. I'll put this on there, this on there. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, so that timer is a minute different than the actual timer. It just could be, you know, the dial is not perfect, but I mean, obviously, it's still ticking. Oh, it just stopped. Okay, 46 seconds. Let's move these way out of the way. It's quiet again. Okay. Okay, 9 minutes coming up. This one is ready. So I routinely have to sweep the floor, clean the floor. I don't want all this debris and food product. I have one of those little Swiffer mops that I use. Okay, 2 seconds. It's gonna make a noise. Okay, 9 minutes again. That's in the garbage. Last pan in. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so it's a really weird angle, but remember the warming tray, you could adjust it. This little knob open and closes a little door that blocks the plastic area or opens the plastic area. So now that area is open, so it's gonna actually make it a little, you can kind of see it better from there. That's actually a piece of plastic that goes up and down. See it? So now more heat's gonna go in there. So how hot is it now? Interesting, good question. Do you want to know? I'm going to tell you. Whether you want to know or not, I'm going to tell you. 192 in the heating chamber. 160, 170 from this direction, which makes sense because I was pointing it towards the open part. See how that works? All right, very cool. Okay, that last cookie is done. Let me stop that. And then I just need to push this through to the cooling side. Okay. Here, let's see if I can move this over here. So you can see better as this one comes out. All right, how's that? So let's see, give it a few minutes. All right, so this one's cooled to the touch. Let me move it here. Let's get this, well, let's just leave that big oven there. I kind of like the little pots, but we'll turn out the light. Okay, so let's get this one out. This is the first one. Definitely mushier. Okay, I lost some on the bottom, lost a lot, and then that just broke off. Let's see if we could salvage that. So I baked them even longer, and still not as hard as that one. You know, it's just impossible to figure this out. Okay, we can rebuild you. Let's get one more cookie in here. And then look at this one, same time, and it's stuck again. Oh, look at that. Perfect. I'll tell you what, let's remove this one because it's just not pretty. Let's put this one in its place. Much prettier. Well, my presentation plate has got too much debris and crumbs. I hope you understand. Okay, so that's what we ended up with. They're a decent sized cookie. I mean, look at my hand. So it's probably, what, 2.5, 3 inches across. Here's my defect. I do like the little chips on top. That came out good. Let's just cut this and... I mean, it's crispy. Just did not... I mean, it looks... From my perspective, it looks baked, except for maybe a little bit of that one there. Let's just try that. Not very fresh tasting. In fact, that was too big of a bite. Should have taken a smaller bite. Now, the inside of that one is the outside of this one. So, did you get a good look at it? Let me give you an extreme close-up. Those are my 3 cookies. Yeah, the taste on that, ooh, not very good. I'm surprised, too. It was double packaged in the foil bag and the plastic. Here, so I'll break it just like I would a regular cookie. Ooh, look at that. I don't think I'm going to eat anymore. Nope. I'm done eating. I tried it. I didn't try all the flavors, but I think you get the idea. All right, so what do you think of that oven? Would you ever look 9 years to find something like that? I don't know. Call me crazy, but it's just something that I've always been looking for, and thought, well, it was time. It finally came up. And there you go. The Super Easy Bake Oven by Kenner. And I did actually 4 different cookie flavors. And all 4 had different water ratios. Very interesting. And thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you can, and you have time, it'd be very beneficial to me if you can watch some more videos, click on a playlist. And, just kind of, you know what I'm saying? And thanks for watching, everybody. Later!
If you're looking for the item you just saw in the video, click here. Watch more videos by clicking here. Don't forget to share on social media and give a thumbs up.
Hey, LPS Dave.
What's up, Butch?
Make sure they don't forget to subscribe.
Oh yeah, please click here to subscribe to Lucky Penny Shop. And always remember, when you see a lucky penny,
Pick it up.